Trepang2 hit Steam's virtual store shelves a few months back, and recently with their newest sale, I picked it up. It's a game that's been on my wish list for a few years, first catching my attention after playing the demo. I've played through the main missions, the side missions, and I've tinkered around with the weapons and what they call combat simulations, and I've got some thoughts. Some good, some bad, but thoughts nonetheless. I'm not even going to waste time talking about the story. There is one. It's not terrible, but it's also not what I would consider good either. The voice acting is pretty good, and that's probably the nicest thing I can say about the story. The campaign consists of 5 main missions and a handful of side missions. Those 5 story missions, 4 if you don't count the tutorial mission, are decent. The game looks great, and they do a good job of showcasing some of the different ideas that the team had. There's some horror sections that don't quite hit as hard as Fear, the game's clear major inspirer, but they're okay, and considering I'm even comparing it to Fear is praise in itself. Each mission will take you anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to complete, which is nice, but that also means that you'll have ticked all of the boxes at the mission board in only around 4 hours. This was a huge disappointment for me, especially considering that the side missions were just wave-based defend the thing missions. This sucked. I mean, seriously, this had some major suckage. The game is $30 USD, so what exactly are you paying for? It's certainly not a robust offering of missions and mission types. Well, there is one thing. So far in this video, I've been pretty negative, but I'll be honest, there's one thing that this game does well. One thing that makes this game stand out as something special. Gameplay. It's the gameplay. I mean, what else could it be? Fear stood out with its gun-fu style gameplay, and Trepang2 continues it and makes it better. More slow-mo, more flashy effects, more gore. Trepang's gameplay is what you're paying for. The animation work here is incredible, and it looks fantastic. Everything is very weighty and very snappy, and it's just a joy to watch. It's top-shelf stuff. Sliding, kicking, and blasting your way through enemies is infinitely fun here, and each weapon is loud and punchy. The shotgun especially here is insanely fun. It's the perfect shotgun, easily able to dispatch almost any enemy with a single, well-placed center mass shot. Oh yeah, and you can dual wield them, so that's pretty sweet too. Enemies will fall down, body parts will go flying, and blood and gore will completely soak the arena. It sounds sadistic, but hey man, it's just a game. What Trepang lacks in content, it makes up for with a sort of sandbox approach to itself. After you're done with the missions, you can come back to the combat simulator and boot up any arena you'd like, and just go to town. There's cheats to modify your game to your choosing, and plenty of cosmetic unlockables to chase, just as a cherry on top. Trepang2 doesn't offer much, but what it does offer, it does extremely well. Yes, the content is minimal. Yes, the story isn't great. And yes, it's priced high for what you actually get. But its combat is fine-tuned to perfection, and the soundtrack is heavy and powerful. So if you like fast-paced, weighty combat with a riff-heavy soundtrack, you'll be happy. But if you want more than just good combat, Trepang2 will seriously disappoint. It's hard to fully recommend this game, but all I can say is while I was seriously let down by this game in many ways, it has delivered its precise, satisfying gameplay on a silver platter, and I've had a hard time putting it down.